Don't forget to subscribe to Guiding Tech and also tap on the bell icon to never miss a video from us.
So there's this budget device from Xiaomi for just rupees 5,999 and it's called the Redmi 4A. And I'm sure that you would love to know, like, for this price, is it a good phone? Should you invest on it? And to help you out here so that you can take an informed decision, in this video I'll talk about my experience while I've used the phone for last 30 days on and off. So now that we know that what the video is gonna be all about, let's jump right in. Now before I get started, I just want to make one thing clear that I'll not be talking much about the specs in this video, as there are plenty of other sources from where you can get these details. In this video I'll be talking about the user experience, but still, just for a brush up, the Redmi 4A runs on the Snapdragon 425 quad-core processor with 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of onboard storage. Now when it comes to design, you get a polycarbonate back on the phone which is non-removable, and it's just like a typical Xiaomi phone with design resemblance to a few budget phones from Asus, Gionee or even Lava out there. So yeah, nothing new when it comes to design. Also, the build quality is a bit fragile, and try to get a back cover and a glass protection if you have a slippery palm. Apart from that, I really liked the 5-inch form factor and rounded edges, which makes it super easy to operate the phone using a single hand. Also, the Redmi 4A is quite light, which adds to the user experience. The phone has a hybrid SIM slot, and some might say that company could have given a dedicated memory card slot with just one variant of 16 GB that you can buy. Moving on to the display, you are getting HD display on the Redmi 4A and not the full HD, but that won't matter to you because at this price what you would want to know is the sunlight legibility, and that's good in the Redmi 4A. You also get the auto brightness sensor, which takes away the pain of controlling brightness manually. Also, as far as I know, the option to get auto brightness control using that particular sensor is kind of rarity in this price segment. The viewing angles are also great. However, if you compare the display with Redmi 4, which is just 1000 rupees expensive, this one lacks crispiness and sharpness. Now let's move on to performance and gaming, and this phone comes with a 2 GB of RAM with MIUI 8. So the scope of multitasking is very limited. 3 heavy apps or let's say 5 light apps can be in the memory at any given time. Actually, these kind of phones are best suited for Android Go that we're launching in a few months, which is designed for the entry-level devices, but not for MIUI, definitely. But then it's a Xiaomi device and comes as an added bundle whether one likes it or not. About the internal memory, you get only 8 GB of usable memory there, and thus even though you can play games without considerable lags, there's not enough room for them. A few games and apps along with WhatsApp and FB data is enough to occupy most of the space, and one would have to invest in a good memory card for photos and media backup. The camera on paper is 13 megapixel at the back and 5 megapixel at the front, but that's only on pen and paper. In real life use case, don't expect too much. It took some good shots in broad daylight and colors are close to source. However, the photo lacks a bit of detailing, as you can see it on the screen. Low light photos lose on detailing also, and the subjects needs to be still to avoid blurs. So yes, pretty mediocre camera is what you are getting on the Redmi 4A. Moving on, before I talk about the battery, there's one thing that I would like to mention, that Xiaomi has done really good thing when it comes to sensor on the Redmi 4A, and at this price segment you pretty much get all the sensors out there, including the light and the gyroscope sensor, using which you can play or watch VR videos and games on this device. Most of you might say that fingerprint sensor is missing along with the NFC, but is anyone providing it for 6K along with an IR blaster, which works as a universal remote control, and that alone costs rupees 500 bucks as a standalone gadget. So yes, the Xiaomi gets a thumbs up from our end for putting in all the sensor in this device. Now moving on to the battery. The 3100 mAh battery is good and lasts one full day with my kind of usage, which includes media consumption, downloading a few things, playing games and stuff. I ideally used to charge the phone daily before going to bed, and waking up to a full battery to last an entire day is a good thing. Also, you get a screen on time of roughly 5.5 to 6.5 hours on a typical day of usage. The network strength on the Redmi 4 is pretty good, and actually I didn't discover any sort of communication network cuts or glitches during my usage. So after all that, you will love to know that should you be buying this phone for rupees 5999. And to be frank, if you ask me, this phone is ideal for two kind of consumers. First of all, if you want it as a secondary phone, like you already have a good phone with great camera specifications, nice multitasking experience, but you want a secondary phone which can give you VoLTE support and some occasional WhatsApp, Facebook things, you can definitely go for it. Or if you are a kind of person like who really needs to buy a smartphone for just rupees 5999 and you would want your Reliance Jio SIM to work on it with some occasional WhatsApp, Facebook, and forget about the camera, well, then also you can buy for it. But if you can like go a bit higher, like for 6999, you can buy the Redmi Note 4, or what's best is you can buy the Redmi 4 332GB variant for 8999. So well, that's all in this video. I hope you liked our long-term review. If you did, do give us a thumbs up, do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and until next time fellas, take care and have a wonderful day.